Okay, plan is going to turn 2 round platters. Done the first one, similar to this one. Little bowls, and then I'm going to colour the top. And if I've got too much paint, then I can make 2 instead of 1. Is that an idea? Yeah. See how. My painting method was going to be pouring acrylic paint, thinning the paint down, keeping some of it apart with a little bit of silicone oil. So here I put a spigot on, turning some rough shape to the bottom to give me an idea of where I was going to end up. Chisel got a bit blunt at this point. I persevered to get down to the wing as far as I could. I wanted a nice crisp edge between the bottom of the bowl and the corner of the wing, so I went away at that point, sharpened my chisel, came back. Here I'm just going up to that point just to clean that edge off, getting quite a good cut there. You see there's quite a good reflection where the bevel's running. I was quite pleased at that point, wasn't going to have to sand too much. Then turned the piece round, mounted it on the spigot, turned some of the face down, decided that I was going to put a small bead on the middle of the bowl to catch the paint, and then round off the wing so that the paint, as it's a pouring paint method, that it was going to roll over the edge. Put a very small bead on the bottom of that, so when the paint had got there and covered it, I could turn it off at the end and get a nice crisp finish. That was my thought all the way. If I'm putting paint and it's going to be quite thick, I realised it was going to be quite thick, that I needed to crisp the edges off somewhere. So what I did was I put a bead on the bottom of the wing, and also on the top where the bowl was going to be formed at that point. And then I just defined where the edge of the bowl was going to be, just gently, just to give me an idea. And again, I was getting quite a good, decent cut at that point. The bevel was riding quite nicely. Wasn't too bothered about the finish there. And then I went away, did the paint. There's the paint effect at the end of the day. That's not the one I finished on the day. I got fed up, so I started using time-lapse photography. Finished the very bottom of it with a scraper, turned it over, decided I didn't like the big foot, and there was a little chip out the bottom which I hadn't noticed. There, you just saw that if you were really quick. So I turned that off, and in the end it turned out quite nicely. I was quite pleased with it, and the foot turned out quite nicely. It sits quite nicely, and there's a nice finishing, still sits a piece of wood on the bottom, so I was quite pleased with it all in all.